guys, I'm here for one last book review, and that's going to be for Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. And oh my god, this was so amazing and I just can't. I feel like I'm going to die. It was so good. I can't even like put into words right now how I'm feeling, so I'm going to really try with this book review, and it's obviously going to have spoilers in it because there's so many things in this book that you can't say, because like you can't even say anything really that's like not a spoiler with this book, because the synopsis doesn't really give you that much. It's really hard to talk about this book without spoiling things for people that haven't read it. So if you haven't read the book, you probably do not want to watch this book review, because I'm going to be talking about some things. I'm talking really fast, I'm sorry. Okay. Anyway, let's get on with this review. The one thing I gotta really say first is I loved that it was set in Prague. Like, is there any books actually set in Prague that actually do really well, like this book? It's also really cool because like when Kaoru goes through all the doorways and stuff that lead to different places, it's really interesting how well that was written, like the different countries, like when she was in France and then when she was in, was she in Mumbai? I think at one point she was, but there's different areas that she goes to, but like the world building, as I was saying before, is really good. Like, it shows Prague in a great sense. It shows the way between the portals going into Brimstone's store, and Brimstone's store was so beautifully done, and the way the characters were made, and just the facts and the stories. And when they went into the evil lair area that I can't think of the name of right now, but everything was just beautifully written and done, and just Laini Taylor's writing was just so on point, and it just had that next level stuff. Like, I can't even, like, it was so good. And there was one, actually, because I was talking to my mum when I was reading this book, and there was one line that I was just like, this is next level shit right here. There was a part with Akiva when he was like watching Kaoru and like trying to figure out who she was and what was going on, and he like followed her, and then there was a moment where it's like the line that Laini Taylor used was he stalked after her. And you know what, you could have just written he followed her, he walked after her, but the fact that it was stalked, like prey, it just like the level of like story and image that was in my mind when I read that line, it was just like I couldn't believe it. Like, seriously, it was such a small line, but that was the point where I was just like, this is gonna be bloody epic. And just, oh my god, like, just, it was so like next level. Like, this is an adult, but it could be. Like, really, the way that Kaoru holds herself, like, she feels like she's like 20 something, like 25 she could be, but she's 17. And Akiva has been alive for ages, and he just, so, like, he's obviously feels a lot like mature and stuff, but it's just, this has gone into the very mature side of young adult, like, just with the writing style and everything, and it was just so beautifully done, and just like, I'm like dying. I really love Kaoru, and I'm so sort of against the fact that their names are so weird and hard to say, but I love it at the same time. But Kaoru was so cool, and I like the fact that she could like actually make wishes, like she could use magic, and how she would use them on them like little things like turning her hair blue or getting rid of tattoos or making people itch in spots that make it funny for them. But like, she was just so cool and held herself so well, and like the way she draws things as well were just, they're so beautiful. And the fact that she does have so many tattoos, and like she's got tattoos of hands and like words, and just they're everywhere, and I really like that about her. And there was always something like mystical about her, like something different and missing, and I just loved it so much. And Akiva was such an interesting character too, because he just felt drawn to Kaoru, and he didn't realize what it was, he didn't know, he saw her, and just like the fact that like when she tilted her head when she was walking along reminded him of the way Madrigal, who was his old girlfriend, did the same thing. And it was really like weird, like the foreshadowing of that moment killed me, because when everything goes down I'm just like, oh my god, I don't see this. I really just like the fact that he was so like in depth. He's like, I gotta kill demons, gotta get it done, do this, angels versus demons. Like, it was so black and white, but there was a reason for that, because like his old girlfriend like died because of demons, and he's all like, I'm gonna kill everyone. But I really just liked how strong he was too, and how he was able to like cover his wings, and how like he kept going after Kaoru, and he like tried to kill her at one point, but then like there was something that she did again that just made him stop, and then she's using her hand things, and she's all like, oh, and it was just so interesting how this like kept getting developed, and just the relationship for them I feel like was like not a slow burn, but I didn't think it was insta love. Like, a lot of people say that it's such insta love because like 10 seconds later they're like all together and married and everything, but I think it wasn't, because as you probably have known if you've read the book, is they've been together for like years before that. They just don't realize, like Akiva knew, but Kaoru doesn't know, because she's actually Madrigal but like reincarnated. So Madrigal and Akiva were together, so she's actually like, you know, like what like, it got me so hard when I was reading this book because I was just like, oh my god, what? This is actually happening? Like, the whole time I was reading, I'm just like, something's going on here, and I'm seeing like all these things with him and Akiva saying like, there's the way she does things, the way she talks, the way she reacts to my marks, everything, and I'm just like, she's either going to be magical reincarnated or she's going to be like her kid or something. Like, there's going to be some relation or the similarity between them, and I was hoping she wouldn't be like his kid, because if he was like her dad, that'd be really weird. So like, I had a really weird lot of theories going on in my brain through this book, but I'm glad that like one of them was right in the end. But I'm just sitting there waiting. I'm just like, it's gonna happen, it's gonna be this, hopefully. There's a moment with Karoo and Akiva when they're walking along this bridge, and then he sees the wishbone around her neck and he just collapses. He jumps down to his knees, he's hugging her, freaking out, crying, and Karu's just standing there thinking, what is going on? Everyone's watching them, and then these other angels descends from the heavens, and then Akiva's running, and then she's like leaving, and then everything's going on. But that just moment where he broke down, because he's just like, oh my god, you're alive. Like, oh my god, it was just like the coolest thing ever, to be honest. But I really liked, oh my god, sorry for kicking that with my foot, but I really liked their relationship. It was just so cool, and I'm so for it. And the fact that she like remembers now that she's magical, and like she hates him. No, she doesn't really, but like something happened that Akiva was like sort of responsible for. That's really sad, because he kills like all of her family that was in Brimstone's store, including Brimstone, Isa, and they have very hard names, and I try to remember this stuff, but I'm really bad at it. But like, he's all like, I'm sorry because I thought they killed you, so I just killed all of them. And I'm just like, Kiva, no! Why did you kill her whole family who were all awesome? And she's all mad, and she's left and trying to go get him back, or at least do something. And now they're going to be on opposite sides. Like, that was really cool too, with the moment where like shit went down with the hugging and the wishbone and everything. And he's just like, I pick you, I pick your side, I'm flipping. And now he's probably going to flip back. He's going to act like he's normal with the other angels. So they're going to be on different sides. And I'm kind of scared to read the next book because of this whole like, I'm on this side and you're on that side. I'm going to kill you and you're going to kill me, and then we're not going to be together. Like, no. I don't want them to be apart for like the rest of the series and get together in like the last chapter, because that is always so annoying in like every book, man. I really did like the relationship that Karoo had with Brimstone. Like, he was also hard and strict with her, but there was a reason for that, because he is like the reincarnation like dude. Like, he does it, like what he does is he gets teeth, makes a necklace out of them, and then that makes a person a new body. And it's cool because if you have human teeth, the body would be human. If you put lion teeth with it and like jaguar teeth, then you could have a lion head and jaguar tail. Like, it's just the way that the teeth are like aligned, it makes like a body, and it's so cool because then you get put into that body. But he loved Madrigal. Like, she was like nearly his child practically. Like, she was always in his store helping him and doing things, and then when everything went down and she fell in love with an angel and everyone decided to kill her and chop her head off, and he figured out a way to save her, and he made a necklace out of baby teeth, and he raised her from a child and made her be Karoo. Like, his love for her was so sweet, and the fact that he was always telling her things that she didn't understand, and then like he'd finally give her a big story and things were going wrong, and just like the thing with the angels and the doors, and just how the doors were not open, and Karoo's just freaking out and I'm freaking out because she can't get back to them. And like, Isa was such an amazing person as well, and she really loved the fact that Karoo was a really good drawer. Karoo would show drawings of the human world to them, and then she would then show Zana, her best friend, drawings of them from like her world, and like she was always drawing and having a lot of fun with all the like doing everything. But I really liked just the relationship she had with them, and she was always going to do errands and helping, and sometimes bad things would happen, like her getting shot or things going wrong. But I really liked the fact too that they didn't try and stop the humans from seeing them flying, or the angels or the battles. Like, I'm thinking, oh shit, because now she's going to be on the run, everyone's going to be looking for this blue-haired girl who is going crazy killing people and having flying abilities. But I really like just the fact that they didn't care, because like most books care about and try and hide everything, but this one they're like, oh no, let's just do it. I gotta admit though, at the end when like they broke the wishbone and then there was about 100 pages of just stories, and I was kind of not for it for the beginning, because I'm just like, go back to Karoo and Akiva, because I want to see her like waking up and being like, what? Who is what? I don't get it. Like, I mean, I'm so down for this. And the fact that like her sister was the one that betrayed her and ruined everything for her was really sad too, because she's gonna hopefully go back. Like, Karoo's gonna go back there and she'll be like, bitch, you killed me. And then the white dude who is like the white, like a white walker, the white wolf is what his name is. I'm having issues here with me remembering things, but I want her to have like this big like retaliation with him and be like, Bish, you killed everyone, you ruined it. And I hope that Brimstone and Isa are not actually dead, because like when Abbeyleec said that, I'm just like, I just need this relationship. I need Brimstone to talk to her, I need Isa to talk to her, and I don't need them to be dead. I don't believe it. There's got to be some hope here. Like, maybe they told Akavi that they died, but like they didn't really. They're just keeping them to be tortured, but at least they're alive. And then Karu is going to come in here with her blue mask again and be like, bitch, you killed my family, but I'm here. I'm here, and I'm going to help get them out. But just... this book was so good. And just saying, I actually saw this really beautiful art print where it was like the hands, right, and they're going like this, and it's got her, Karu's eye on there, Eva's like crosses for all the murders he's done, and it looks really cool with both hands, and it's like this. And I saw it because I had to Google, like I just wanted to Google like how they looked and everything, and then I was just like, oh my god, so beautiful. Like, just like the art prints for this book series are just beautiful. Like, oh my god, I'm so for everything. And I can't wait, but I'm also so terrified to read the next book because I feel like it's going to kill me. And just, I don't want anyone to die or to be introduced to more characters that are going to die. And I just, like, I want to know, but I'm so scared. But I really liked this. This was such a great book, 5 out of 5 stars. Like, oh my god, I loved it so much and I just had so much fun.